we had to come to Oklahoma City today and run some errands. I had a doctor's appointment this afternoon, and now we're having to drive almost all the way to Hinton, Oklahoma, which is an extra hour on the other side of Oklahoma City than where we live. So we are headed to there to meet a friend of mine because I let her use my camera a couple months ago, and now that we have a decent computer, we're actually going to be able to use our good camera to be able to help us vlog and take pictures and that kind of thing. So before it wasn't compatible. Our other old computer couldn't handle it because the pictures were too high resolution and all of that jazz. So we are going to go get that from her, and hopefully that'll help us improve the quality of our videos and content that we put out. So there are a lot of people going live right now. I think I just got 5 notifications about other people going live. Wow. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So it might have been, some of them might have been going live in 30 minutes or something, but so Parks Homestead, hello, how are you? Where are you from? We are in central Oklahoma, and it is hot, hot, hot here.
Very hot.
Drinking lots of water, trying to stay hydrated. What's up, everybody? Like, how's everybody's day going? What do you have planned for the weekend?
What do you think?
Paul.
What do you think about my new dude?
Yes, I worked really hard to adjust his beard.
Yeah.
Or to trim his beard, and
she done a pretty darn good job last night.
Yes. I think he was kind of nervous because I'd never done it before.
She almost cut my lip off. Of course, I was nervous.
And he thought I was gonna ruin it. But then I told him I watched some videos on YouTube, so now I'm an expert, and so I was totally confident I could do it. Not really.
It didn't help my confidence level out either.
Because, you know, you can learn how to do anything on YouTube.
But she actually done a really good job.
Paul said he's listening while he eats supper. And Carps Homestead said, doing fine, they're from South Carolina.
Oh.
Well, thank you for stopping in. I bet it's really hot in South Carolina, too. I've only ever been to South Carolina once. I was only there for a very short period of time, but I did manage to go to the beach for like an hour before we had time to turn around and come back to Oklahoma. So I figured I was only a couple hours from the beach. I wasn't going to miss out on it, so I drove all the way there. Wiley, you've been using your beard to prime that paintwork with, right? He uses it to texture the paint on the walls. You know, give it like that sponge look or whatever. So, we had talked about it earlier. Wiley and I had discussed earlier what we were going to talk about on our live, because normally we don't have a plan. Normally we just get on here and we're like, hey, you know, whatever comes up, comes up. But, so, we decided that first off, and we're probably going to mention this a couple times throughout the live because it's important to us, it's important to a lot of our friends, and we think that it's important to share. So, our friends over at A Little Southern Brothers just got out of YouTube jail, and they're doing a fundraiser for the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. It was supposed to start last week, but they had posted a video about their kid doing some gravel work, and YouTube took it down because they said their kid was in danger. It was a whole bunch of BS.
So it was a kid running a skid steer tractor
that he's been doing since, like, yeah. I mean, he can operate that equipment better than most adults.
So, and they shut down their channel because they was putting kids in danger.
Yeah. So somebody reported them. Well, probably reported them. I don't really know how that went. But it said they were in violation of standards, So they got shut down for a week.
But they finally got it back up and running, and they're able to do their fundraiser now.
So this is their second year on YouTube. They started their channel because their youngest sons were able to take a leadership class or entrepreneurial class or something like that, and they had to do a community service project kind of thing where they had to make money, and so they decided they'd start a YouTube channel. They never thought that they'd get to where they are now, but they have over 30,000 subscribers, and for their first year anniversary on YouTube, they did a fundraiser called Skidding for Kids, and their goal was to raise $10,000 for the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. And that is a very, very worthy cause. And so they ended up raising a little over $11,000. This year, they have over 30,000 subscribers. It's their second year. They're celebrating their second anniversary. And this year, their goal is $20,000 for St. Jude's. And so I have absolutely no doubt that when God gives you a job to do, He'll give you the tools to get the job done. And I have no doubt that they will reach their goal. And so I pinned the link to their live at the top of the comment section, and they're going live at 7 o'clock every Friday night for the next 4 or 5 weeks, I think.
Till the 9th, right? October 9th?
September 9th?
September 9th.
Maybe? I don't know, I'm not a very good friend. I didn't pay that close of attention to the end date. But it's really awesome what they're doing. St. Jude's Network helps so many families. I mean, I couldn't even imagine being a parent going through that with my child having cancer or other diseases like that. And St. Jude's is just amazing for helping those families and those kids. So, wow. Lauren Directo, watching from Hong Kong. Well, welcome.
Wow.
That's awesome. A long way away. Welcome. Let's see. Hi, Trish. Trish is in here.
So if you guys get the opportunity and you have the time, I mean, you can at least just go support them by going and watching their channel.
Sharing their videos on, if you have social media.
Share their video out. You know, if God can put it on your heart to
you can financially
give a little donation, yeah, whatever.
You can share, you can pray for what they're doing. Oh dang.
Wow.
Somebody's pulling a teardrop trailer and the whole, all the metal just came off the side of it on the side of the highway. I don't know that guy.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you can financially donate, you can share it out, you can pray about it, or you can send them something. They have a P.O. box listed on their About page, and I think it'll be in the description of their videos, to where you can send something to be raffled off also.
Yep.
So, it's going to be awesome, guys. We have 15 people in here. I'm only showing 8 likes, so if you guys wouldn't mind, we'd appreciate it if you hit that like button. So this isn't the first time, or this isn't the only time we're going to talk about the Little Brothers fundraiser during this live, but I wanted to start it out that way because it's something that's really important to us to help share out and spread the word about.
Yep.
So, also, we wanted to talk about what we've been up to this week.
65 hours later,
yeah.
We finally got our first batch out of the freeze dryer, and we are taking it to the
Homeless Resource Center
tomorrow. It's freeze dried bananas, apples,
nectarines, and strawberries.
And strawberries, yeah.
So if you guys have been following us for a while, hey Mama B, hello, love you. So if you guys have been following us for a while, you know that the majority of what we do is help fight food insecurity in our community, because we primarily serve the homeless, but there's a lot of people that come and eat our meals that aren't homeless. They just live on fixed incomes and don't have enough food. And so it's important to us to put out nutritional-ish meals. And so that's why we started with fresh fruit. When we got the freeze dryer, or when we were raising money for the freeze dryer, we wanted to use it to preserve leftovers and be able to hand out extra meals. However, every week we try to make a little extra on Wednesdays so that we have some to put in the freeze dryer, and then we end up going home with nothing because there's no leftovers. So
not only that, but like I said, it's been so hot here that the inside of our house has been about 85 degrees during the day.
with the freeze dryer going.
With the freeze dryer going. So it literally, I mean, we're going to be putting a video out on it. It's 65 hours to freeze dry this fruit.
Which that might be partially our bad too, because we're still new to this. And just out of full disclosure, if the fruit was not pre-frozen, which we've learned can help reduce the processing time, and we may or may not have put more in there than we should have.
I don't think
we were still like, it says to keep it below the edges of the trays, which we were really close to that. But there was a lot of fruit in there.
So what was it, 56 bags? I think it was
57.
57 Mylar bags is what we're going to be able to pass out tomorrow with different kinds
fresh
of fruit
fruit
and
snacks.
fresh fruit.
So, so Paul said you cut your hair. I trimmed Wiley's beard. I didn't cut my hair. I cut his hair. Doesn't it look so nice?
Ain't I sexy?
He said that looking civilized feels strange.
Yeah. I told her I felt like I needed to go buy a bow tie now.
Yeah. Paul said to check out Wiley's waistline. We all know where the leftovers went, Wiley. Actually, Michael is the endless pit.
Michael's where that all goes.
Yeah, Michael, our 17-year-old, that kid can put away some food.
That boy is like a garbage disposal, I swear.
He can eat and eat and eat and eat, and you can't even tell. He still looks like he's starving to death.
Yep.
It's crazy. Oh, Mama V mentioned the haircut. Did Mama V cut her hair? No? Oh, she said it's raining there, so she came in early. But lucky for us.
Oh, wow.
So, Trish said, looking good, Wiley.
Thanks.
I thought so, too.
Hey, don't mess it up.
So something else is we wanted to talk to you guys about what we've been doing this week. And let's see, was it Monday and Tuesday we were on that job in Seminole? Where's Monday? Oh, Monday we went and finished a job that we had started in Seminole, brush hogging, some acreage.
We actually took Tuesday off.
Yeah, Tuesday we wore ourselves out on that, and Tuesday I wasn't feeling very good, so I slept most of the day. Wednesday, thank you for posting links, Paul, you're awesome. So if anybody wants their link posted to their channel, just let Paul Honeyman know and he will get your link posted. Because we want to be able to help others grow also. So, Mama V said the light shining on my hair makes it look like I cut my hair short.
Oh, yeah, no.
You know, actually, I'm thinking about donating it to Locks of Love, but I haven't convinced myself to do that yet. I know it's a good cause, but one time in my life, my hair was never cut short, and it was when I was young, and it wasn't my choice. My grandma took me and all of my cousins. There was like 6 of us, boys and girls alike, and she took us all and got us all the same haircut. It was god awful. So I'm just glad there's no pictures that I've seen in a long time that show that, because my dad would probably be posting them on the internet to embarrass me.
I'm gonna have to call him now.
Yeah, call my Aunt Jan, she's probably got one. And then Wednesday, we served the homeless. So this week we had red beans and rice. It turned out really good. We had extra helpers that I think are going to become regular volunteers on a weekly basis, which is going to be really awesome.
And they actually brought cupcakes.
Yes, they brought cupcakes. And so Wiley and I, up until this point, our funds are really limited. Thanks to people who send us money through our PayPal to help with it, because with the cost of food going up, it's been extra hard to continue doing what we are doing, but we feel like it's what God's calling us to do, so we continue to do it regardless of how much it's costing. So we try to base our meals off of whatever's on sale. So when we can find chicken legs or something for 49 cents a pound, we buy a whole bunch of it. Hamburger was on sale last week, so we bought 100 pounds of it or so.
Yeah.
So they got us to thinking, they're like, so what are you guys gonna make next week? And I was like, well, I don't know. We don't usually figure out what we're making Wednesday till about Tuesday night.
Yeah. We're usually laying in bed Tuesday night.
And we're like, crap, what are we gonna make tomorrow? And so they've got us thinking, they've got us thinking 2 weeks in advance now, which is good, because we can plan ahead. So this next week, next Wednesday, we're gonna be making goulash, and serve a salad with it, which I think will be really good. And wow, Wiley, your woman just called you chicken legs, said Paul. Dang.
Man, he must have had a blowout.
I want to see if I can turn the camera around. Y'all are gonna catch this on live TV. I don't know if you can see all the chunks of tire all over the road, but look at that. Is that a horse trailer?
Yeah, it's a horse trailer.
Damn.
I hope these horses are okay.
Yeah, I hope the horses are alright. Golly. Oops, sorry, we were driving on the strip over here, the bumpy strip. Oh, and there's a semi truck that went off the road over here. Yikes. Yeah, I hope if they had horses back there, they're okay.
Man.
Oh no. Well, nobody's out here crying, so that's good. There's horses in there, and they're still standing. Hey, Jan, how are you? Oh, and Brett and Deborah are here too. Hello, guys.
Hi, guys.
Okay, so now that we passed the drama, I'm gonna flip this back around.
Put it back on me again. Put it back on me again.
Yeah, y'all got to see Wiley's great beard. So now I forgot what we were talking about. So this next week we're gonna do goulash, which is just like it's gonna be hamburger meat, potato, corn, and all kinds of stuff thrown together, and it's gonna be delicious. I grew up eating it a lot. It's just kind of one of those things that you throw together when you have a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and it just ends up being yummy stuff. So
I guarantee you most of these people know what goulash is.
Okay, well, some people may not. I don't know.
And we even have it planned on what we're going to be cooking the next week.
So one of our wonderful volunteers that started volunteering last week, they work for the Indian Housing Authority in our area. And so they help with housing assistance for Native American families. And so we have 2 ladies that are coming over from there to help us on Wednesdays. And she said we should make Indian tacos. And I was like, yes! And so she's gonna bring the flour and everything, and she's gonna make all the fry bread. And I think that meal is gonna be a hit. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever had an Indian taco. I live in Oklahoma, and I've been here for quite a long time. And I had never had one until just a couple years ago. And I'm totally hooked. I love Indian tacos, so I'm super excited to be able to make them for these people. I think we got here a little bit early. So, Mama V asked, where are we headed? I have a really nice Nikon camera that I bought several years ago, and I let a friend borrow it, so I told her we'd meet her like right here somewhere, but we might as well drive on a little further since she's not here yet.
But if we drive on, we're liable just to pass her.
Right, because I'm not paying attention at all. But, so, I have a really nice Nikon camera that I let my friend borrow a few months ago because I wasn't really using it because the computer that we had couldn't handle the high resolution photos and videos and things like that. And so, we had to drive to Hinton, Oklahoma to come get it from her. And now we're waiting on her because she's going to meet us here right off the interstate.
Yeah, Jenn loaned it to her, and we've actually asked her multiple times if we could get it back, and it just never seems like we could meet up, or she wasn't coming towards us, or whatever. And we decided today, since we've got the new computer, that it was time just to come.
And we're already over halfway here anyway, because we were in Oklahoma City. So So we live about, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour east of Oklahoma City, and she's about 45 minutes to an hour west of Oklahoma City. So she was going to try to meet us in Oklahoma City today, but the brakes on her car aren't very good, and so we just decided we'd get close to her.
Yep.
They said, now I gotta go cook some food. You guys ought to know us by now that if you're gonna be hanging out with us, we're gonna be talking about food. So you might as well just bring the snacks before you get here. Hey, Scott! So again, because now we have 16 people in here, whereas earlier when I was talking about it, we only had 8. I pinned a link at the top of the chat. It's also in the description of this video. Little Southern Brothers is doing a fundraiser for the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Tonight at 7 p.m. they will be doing a live, kicking that off. Hey, Cindy! And Paul said, just finished my supper, Chinese. So if you guys aren't doing anything at 7 o'clock, please come on over to a Little Southern Brothers and hang out with us. There's going to be a great group of people there, and they are going to be talking about why they feel led to do this fundraiser and how it affects those kids in need. So it's definitely a wonderful cause. Their goal this year is $20,000. I have absolutely no doubt that we can achieve that as a community. And there's several ways you can help. You can pray for their ministry, or you can pray for the fundraiser and what they're doing. You can share out the fundraiser on your social media pages to help spread the word. You can financially donate to the cause, or you can donate an item, whether it's something you make or something that you feel could be useful to somebody, because those things are going to be raffled off to help achieve that goal. So there's 4 different ways you can help. 2 of them don't cost you anything, but a little bit of time.
Yep.
So.
And Scott, if you don't mind, every now and then just kind of throw their link up there.
Yeah.
Maybe their link to their video tonight if she's got it out yet.
Yep. Yeah, and I put the link to their live at 7 at the top of the comment section and in the description. So it should be easy for everybody to find. Chicken Beak Mountain, hello, how are you? Your new face,
Chicken
new
Beak
name.
Mountain?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
Where are you from?
I haven't heard of that one yet.
We had somebody in here from Hong Kong. I don't know if they're still here. We have Paul from England. We have Scott from Canada. We're from Central Oklahoma. Mama V's from Arkansas. JB's from Oklahoma.
Hi,
hey,
JB.
I don't know if we said hello to Cindy, but hello, Cindy Brown. Oh, I'm in Oklahoma. Visited a few of your lives. Whereabouts?
Oh, no kidding.
That's awesome.
I don't recall that name.
I don't either. There's so many wonderful channels just in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And then you throw in Arkansas and Missouri, and I mean, we could, man, if all of us homesteaders lived in the same area, we would be unstoppable.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Southeast near Tallahena. Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a beautiful area
Love it
down there. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yep. Cindy's from California.
Cindy's in California.
Poor Cindy.
Yeah. we're sorry. We won't hold it against you, Cindy.
Yeah. my dad and my sister live in California. You couldn't pay me to live in California.
No.
It costs too much.
So, Cindy, since you're a Californian, I seen something yesterday that I want to ask you.
Because you can't believe everything you see.
Yeah,
on
you never
internet.
know. So I want to ask you to see if you heard anything about it or you know anything about it. But they're saying California passed a law that they're going to start charging you. If you have a well on your property that you're using for your water, they're going to start charging you for the water you're using out of your own well.
Is there any truth to that?
Is there any truth to that? Do you know anything about that?
Hey sis, are you ignoring me? Oh, at Cindy
No,
Brown.
Cindy.
Paul wants to know if you're ignoring him, Cindy.
I would ignore him too if I was you, Cindy. Just residing in Arkansas.
Oh, okay. I'm from California, but I reside in Oklahoma. I don't know if I should say that.
Luckily, she's been here long enough that it's kind of washed all the California off of her. So she's all right.
JB's just saying hello to everybody. Oh, something else we did this week. On Thursday, actually, last week we had seen, we're members of a local group on Facebook that it's called What's Happening in Shawnee, Oklahoma. And people post all kinds of things on there. But there was a 92-year-old Marine, right? He was a Marine?
Yes.
Marine veteran that needed some help. He is, he's on oxygen. He's in a wheelchair. He like drives around one of those little motorized wheelchair thingies. And hey, Kaylee.
Hi, Kaylee.
And he had some yard work that needed to be done that he didn't have enough money to pay somebody to do. From my understanding, there is a new fee if you choose to drill a well, not an existing well, and if agro is, Wiley has to check that on his, if agro is using a well. So it won't affect people like my dad, because he already has a well. Maybe I shouldn't say that on the internet either. Charlene
Grady from Cape Cod. Hello.
I see her name a lot.
Yeah.
Hello, Charlene. Thank you for coming. So he is a really nice man. I used to deliver his mail when I worked at the post office, and so I knew him from there. And so we went over and volunteered our time, and we fixed up his fence. He had a new privacy fence put in 6 or 7 months ago, and it was already falling apart.
It was somebody used little short, almost roofing tacks is what it looked like to put this thing together, and there was tons of places where the boards was already coming loose, warping out. So we put screws in all of it, put it all back together, and there was some spot there all along that fence. He couldn't get to it to trim it all out and cut the little trees and all that stuff down. So we went and cleaned it all up.
It just got away from him. He can only get, he maintains his own yard pretty well. He sits on his little scooter thing, and he uses his little electric weed eater, and he takes care of most of his yard himself, and he has a small garden, and it's amazing what he does at 92 years old, even though he can't move around a lot, but there were a few places he couldn't get to, so we went and volunteered our time to help him out, and that just made our hearts really happy. We didn't want to charge him anything because, he's a veteran, so he risked his life for our freedoms, and we felt that was definitely worthy of going and spending a couple hours to be able to help him out. And It really didn't take us that long. We were there for 2 or 3 hours, and we got a lot accomplished. He was tickled to death when we left, and it was just really awesome.
Yeah.
Cindy's got holy crap, there's a whole lot of meetups
coming on. Yeah, Paul, I totally agree. I about fainted whenever I heard the deal that I was talking about. I about fainted whenever I heard that yesterday. But trying to find out if something's the truth or not, you never know. So
generally these days, if it's marked with a warning, it's probably the truth.
So Ozark Homesteading Expo is the 26th and 27th. That's Marshfield, Missouri. So I'm assuming that's probably in the Branson area, around in there.
When we went to the Okie Homesteading Expo, we met the lady who organizes the Ozark Homesteading.
Oh, is that her? Oh, okay.
Yes, we met her.
Two together.
We won't be able to go to that one.
I live in Minnesota.
We don't have it in the budget, or it takes a lot to get people to watch our animals and stuff, and to be away from the farm for an extended period of time. So we won't be going to anything that's that far away. We are trying to do whatever we can to get to the Pinecone Fest in September, though, in Mount Vernon, Texas. Number 17. What's number 17? Oh, she's the 17th thumbs up.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
That's what it is.
Sorry, takes me a second to catch on.
Yeah. I think her blonde's rubbing off on me.
Yeah. Hey, Elaine. Hey, Tammy. How are you?
Hi, guys.
So there's been a lot going on this week. Hey, Live in Minnesota Outdoors. How are you?
I already said hi to them. You're way behind.
Yeah, I missed it. My bad.
The thing is, we are in a 24 drought, and our water tables are lowering, which destabilizes fault lines. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
It's what?
Oh, she did
somebody.
parts.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Somebody
Stupid
already
YouTube.
said okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that, but still, that's just, I don't know.
Which I can understand if you're aggro and you're using significant amounts of water. But people who are like...
Yeah, for a homestead.
Like my dad lives off-grid in the woods, and I mean, he uses a very minimal amount of water. So, but yeah. Yeah, Wiley's been watching a lot of stuff on, was it Lake Mead?
Hey, Neil.
Hey, Neil. How are you?
Yeah, on the Lake Mead thing, the whole drought system going on and water usage up in that area, that's a messed up deal up there.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy. So, yeah. So we talked about what we did Monday. We worked. I wasn't feeling good on Tuesday, so I slept most of the day. And then I got up and I ate something and went back to sleep. And then Wednesday we fed. Thursday we volunteered to help a vet. Today's Friday and we're running errands and probably spending too much money.
Yeah, we had to go swing by because I'm getting ready to start our bedroom remodel, move, however you want to call it, so she can have her surgery and have a downstairs bedroom. So we had to go pick up a couple of 5-gallon buckets of paint. Luckily, I don't know how we got this lucky, but we went to the, what is that place?
Habitat for Humanity.
Habitat for Humanity. And we got 2 5-gallon buckets of paint for $49 a piece, guys.
Yeah. Cindy, we actually recorded one yesterday, and I was planning on editing it this evening, but it looks like it's going to be 8 or 9 o'clock before we get home. So I don't know how much I'm going to get done on that.
So yeah, we got, I don't know, was Cindy in here whenever we was talking about it before?
I don't know.
We've got our first batch, official batch of snacks completed to take to the Homeless Resource Center. We got 57 Mylar bags. Thanks to Jesse and Lisa for...
At Lazy Days Ahead.
Yeah, they sent us 1,000 Mylar bags with the oxygen absorbers, and that is going to be awesome. We got our first batch, took 65 hours in the freeze dryer. So it was bananas, naked Marines, strawberries,
and then
and
Granny Smith apples with cinnamon on top. Oh my gosh. So that'll have videos, it'll have video clips, it'll have photos, and we did a taste test.
Yeah. Because,
we don't want to pass out anything that's gross. So
I've got to be honest, I didn't care much for the freeze dried.
Hey, Beth.
Hi, Beth. I didn't care much for the freeze dried strawberries. The nectarines was awesome. Man, they was good. And the apples with a little bit of cinnamon on them. Oh my
they're
Lord.
They're so good. And the bananas, oh my gosh.
I mean, now I don't even want to take them. I want to eat them.
We will definitely be doing more bananas. One, because apples. They're cheap and they're very high. They're very good for you. So that'll make supper. Have a great night, y'all. Safe travels. Jenn and Wiley. Bye, Mama V.
Bye, Mama V.
See you on the next one.
Yep.
So yes. a lot of that freeze-dried fruit was absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
I think that the strawberries, if we weren't giving them away, like if you guys at home had a freeze dryer and you did freeze-dried strawberries, they'd be really good in smoothies or yogurt or using to flavor frosting or cakes or anything like that. But we didn't add any kind of sweetener to them at all. We just sliced off the tops and cut them up and put them in there. And so and plus they're store-bought strawberries.
And I don't think they was 100% ripe. You know, probably not 100% ripe or whatever.
Watermelon and mango are also yummy. We thought about doing watermelon because there's some giant watermelons right now that are on sale for $6.99 at the grocery store. Mangoes, though, I bet they would be amazing, but they cost a lot.
Yeah, mangoes are expensive.
They're about $1 a piece.
Live in Minnesota, I think it was said put the strawberries in the oatmeal. I bet that would be good.
Oh, yeah.
She's not an oatmeal eater, but I bet that would be good.
I like oatmeal cookies. But I'm not a huge fan of like oatmeal as a cereal. It's kind of, I'm not really sensitive to textures when it comes to food, but there's just something about soggy oatmeal that just doesn't appeal to me.
So, probably before...
You look like the cheetah from Tarzan.
Probably before I'm not real sure now that we've waited so long to post that video. We're going to be delivering it tomorrow, so we might wait till after we get them delivered and include that in the video when we have it posted. So it may be later this weekend before we get that video posted, but
yeah, we did do it.
It turned out really good.
Figs are awesome too. I never thought of that. Cindy says she puts peanut butter in oatmeal. Wiley does too.
Yeah,
the kids like it with peanut butter in it too. Everybody loves oatmeal except me, and I'm like, y'all are having oatmeal for breakfast. I think I'll just have some chocolate milk or something. The only oatmeal I like is oatmeal cookies. Same here, Trish.
Yeah, she's the same way.
Yep.
If you do it right, it's good. I mean, I couldn't eat just plain oatmeal or nothing, but you know, when you fix it up right, it's good. I mean.
Any news from Wagbar? Sorry, I saw your comment a minute ago, and I was too busy talking, and I didn't answer it.
Just kicked in again.
No, I have not heard from Wagbar. Love porridge with syrup. Is porridge and oatmeal the same thing?
Oatmeal, yeah. Yes, and that's the way I eat it. Gotta have, I mean, if I don't have syrup or if I don't have honey or, you know, put a little sugar in it, whatever, but yeah, same way.
Nah, I'll pass me. Yeah, me too. Me too, Trish.
Y'all just don't know what good is.
I wonder where Chris is at.
Yeah.
What time is it? 6:08. Hopefully she didn't pass us.
No, she.
I was sharing my location with her, so maybe hopefully she knows where we're at. I don't know. So, anyway, we're in the van waiting on a friend of ours to come meet us. Hey, Terry, how are you? We're waiting for her to get here to bring me my camera that I let her borrow a couple months ago. I can't. It's a Nikon D5300 or something like 5500. I don't even know. If she makes it here before we end our live, I'll show it to you guys because I felt like I got a phenomenal deal on it. I've had it for several years. And I've never really learned how to use it. And what better time to learn how to use it than when we're like putting out content? I watched Drew over at Dutch Creek, or no, not Dutch Creek Cabin anymore, Drew's Lens now, and he's taking some really awesome pictures. And I'm pretty sure that my camera can do that too. I just don't know how. There's like so many settings. There's so much more than just pushing the button and taking pictures. Yes, Cindy posted the link again for Little Southern Brothers live tonight at 7 p.m. They're doing a fundraiser called Skidding for Kids for St.
Are they using the same name this year?
I hope so, because that's what I've been telling everybody.
Oh, well.
I don't know. That's what it was called last year, so.
If she's wrong when you go over there, make fun of her.
Yeah. I've been wrong before. It's fine. I'm okay with being wrong sometimes.
I hope I didn't just put somebody in timeout.
Yeah. If Wiley timed somebody out, he's sorry. He didn't.
I didn't mean to. I fat fingered it.
Yeah. So, Nikons are great. Set it to automatic. I'm Sorry, running behind, but I'm on my way. Okay. Maybe I can touch that. All right. She said she's running late, but she's on her way.
Push the button, set automatic. Set it to automatic and push the button.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. That's pretty much what I use it on, is auto. Oh, dang. My phone's really hot from sitting right here in the sun.
Oh.
So if it cuts out, it's because my phone shut off because it got too hot. So maybe if we like turn a different direction.
We're in the shade.
Yeah. Maybe if we change our position a little bit, it won't be so bad. But I just touched it and it was really hot, so yeah. Second annual skidding for kids. Haha.
Ah,
I was right.
okay.
Hopefully she'll see us sit here. Quick oats with peanut butter, powdered sugar, and chocolate chips and melted butter. Mix well, then roll ball, sprinkle with P.S. No back, just eat. No bake. Oh, no bake cookies, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow, Wiley, you found a rare woman with Jen. She admits when she's wrong. Not many do. Hey, Donna, how are you? We've been talking about your fundraiser. So, at the beginning of the live, we talked about how we believe that a little Southern Brothers was put in YouTube jail unfairly. So they created another channel to kind of back up what they do. That way they can still communicate with people and things like that. And so that is Southern Brothers TN. If somebody wants to post their link, that would be great. But go check them out. Go subscribe to their channel, because if you know who they are, you know that they're a wonderful family. You know that their kids are treated well, that they're being raised to be good human beings. And we really want to help support what they're doing with St. Jude's. So they have a Little Southern Brothers, which is where they're doing the second annual Skidding for Kids fundraiser. But they also started that other channel as a backup channel in case YouTube pull some more crap with them. So, yes. I don't know. Oh. Cindy said, Paul, you are lucky I can't smack you in the back of the head right now.
Yep.
And Paul said, Cindy, why? I'm only telling the truth. Sometimes the truth hurts, Paul.
Yeah.
I'm not hurt by it. I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. But I usually try to blame it on Wiley anyway.
She's used to it because she's always wrong.
Yeah. That's a matter of opinion. So.
Also, guys.
Trish said, Cindy, I'll hold him so you can smack him.
Also, guys, something else that happened to us this week that one of our absolutely freaking awesome subscribers.
You know who you are.
Yeah,
but we
you know
can't
who
say.
you are, but we're not going to say.
Yes. We just want to throw out a huge, huge thank you for thinking of us. We are going to be receiving something in the mail this week. We got an email this morning telling us that the item was going to be shipped today. And I don't know I don't know if I want to spoil the news or if I want to save it.
I don't care if you want to or not, I'm going to.
Okay, fine. He can't keep a secret to save his life.
So, guys, I mean, just coming up, of course, it's probably mostly going to be over on Working with Wiley, but, you know, we want some of it to be on here because this is, you know, where it happened.
It's related to our farm.
It's related to the farm.
It's related to our ministry.
But if you guys have been following us very long, and you know, but it's been about a year ago, we got donated a big walk-in freezer. So
his cousin has a scrapyard, and he just gets all kinds of random crap all the time.
So we've got these big, huge, insulated, thick panels, you know, to put together for a walk-in freezer. But we've had no way to cool it, so we really haven't done a whole lot with it.
It's still in a pile in the yard.
So we got an email the other day from one of our subscribers, and won a Coolbot.
If you guys don't know what that is.
What was the channel name?
I don't know if we should say it.
Okay. We ain't gonna.
So there was a giveaway.
There was a giveaway on a channel for a Coolbot, and she won the Coolbot. But she didn't need it, so she donated it to us.
So she thought of us and asked us if we could use it. And the funny thing is that like ever since we got this walk-in freezer, we've been looking at ways to turn it into a walk-in freezer because we didn't get the whole cooling system with it.
We just got the panels.
We just got the panels. And they may or may not all be there. Once we tried to kind of assemble it, we tried to separate it into pieces that we thought, it didn't come with instructions or anything like that. So we kind of separated it into piles where these pieces look the same and these pieces look the same.
I mean, regardless, it's got enough. I mean, they're 4 foot wide, 10 foot long panels. You know, regardless, we're going to make it work. We're going to put them together, whether I have to build a new frame just to add them to, or whether they're going to connect like they're supposed to. There's plenty there to make about a 10 by 12 or maybe even a little bit bigger walk-in cooler or freezer for us to be able to process our animals. And this Coolbot is what we've been waiting on to be able to do this. So here before too long, we will be putting together our walk-in cooler.
Bye, Donna. We will see you at 7. We'll probably be shopping at Sam's Club at that point. So I don't know, but we will be there in your live. So anyway, we will make this freezer work. And so ever since then, we started looking into ways that we could turn it into a walk-in freezer. And we learned about a Coolbot. And a Coolbot is this little device that you can take to hook up to a window unit air conditioner and make it get much, much, much cooler so it can turn that into an actual refrigerator.
Yeah, so that will actually freeze instead of kicking off and on like a regular window unit air conditioner.
So normally window unit air conditioners kick off at 60 degrees.
Yep.
We can get it down below freezing with a Coolbot. And so because we process our own animals, up until this point, it's been really hard. Like anybody who processes their own animals knows that you have to wait for the perfect time of year to do it. It can't be too cold because then your meat is freezing while you're trying to process it. It can't be too warm or your meat is going to be susceptible to spoilage as you're processing it.
And bugs.
Or bugs, flies. It's really hard to fight nature. And then in Oklahoma, that only gives us maybe a month or 2 in the fall and a month or 2 in the spring where we can process it.
If we're lucky.
If we're lucky.
And that may be 2 days here and 2 days here, and
And so you've really got to watch the weather, and you're like, oh man, okay, that's going to be the day that we have to do it. And you can't let it hang, because if you're just let it hang in the shop, there's going to be flies all over it.
Or it's going to freeze.
Or it's going to freeze, or it's going to go bad, and it's going to be really hard to do what we need to do. And so we've been really, really limited as to when we can process our animals. And several times we've actually had to take them to go get processed, which costs $400 or $500 each time we do it, which really, really raises the cost of processing our own meat. So we will be getting a Coolbot. We have the panels. We have an air conditioner, but then Wiley pointed out
I think the air conditioner is going to be too small. I'm going to have to find a bigger air conditioner.
We might need a bigger one, which isn't that big of a deal. And it's the end of the summer, so maybe we can find a good deal on one. Yeah. Maybe it'll go on sale. I don't know if we said hi to Jean, but she's from Minnesota. Hello.
Hi, Jean. Yeah, that's going to make a huge difference on our processing our animals. That's going to make. I don't even know. I'm so excited.
And when you live on a farm, when you have livestock, sometimes some things happen. We have a goat that we've gone back and forth on, and thought about having to process her early. She's got a hoof problem, deformities, so we don't really want to breed her. And last fall it was this spring.
This spring, yeah.
This spring, she went into labor, but she never had a baby.
She never dilated, so the baby could never come out.
I think after doing research, I think that she miscarried somewhere along the way, and her body was just kind of going through the motions and discharging whatever was in there. But it was scary for us because we've got a lot of money invested in this goat, and that would have been a lot of meat that had gone to waste if we let her die. Because when an animal dies, you don't know if they died from an infection. You don't know if the meat's safe to eat. Like, we don't know enough about this yet because we're only a couple years into homesteading, and we don't know a lot about that. So it's better to err on the side of caution and not eat it. But then it really sucks because, you know, we've been raising this animal for a couple of years. I mean, if nothing else, we've got several $100s of feed and maintenance in her. And but to be able to see, I mean, if an animal breaks a leg or something and we have to put it down, then now we'll be able to process it, and we'll be able to let the meat hang to age the meat and improve the quality of the meat.
So the goat she's talking about, Coco, she's also, you know, she like she said, she's got hoof issues. She's obviously not going to be a good breeder. So it's really time to just separate her from her. Just to,
you know, something about homesteading and raising livestock is something that we've learned from others' mistakes is that you don't take animals with issues and breed them and keep their babies. Like, because then you're breeding issues into your herd.
Yeah.
And so, you want to keep the strong ones and breed those.
So you cull the weak ones, and that's what we're going to have to do here.
It's not wise to keep an animal that doesn't produce, because I mean, we love our animals and we treat them well, but the fact of the matter is on our farm, we raise our animals for production or for meat. And so if they're not making babies or going in the freezer, then they are a money pit, and we can't afford to waste money with what we do. Yeah. So it's important that we be able to keep the strong ones and cull the weak ones, and without being able to say that any other way. Like, I don't want to be heartless or anything, but when we got into farming, that was what our intention was. So, and now, you know, we have quite a few chickens that need to be processed. This fall, we are probably going to be culling a lot of our animals and filling our freezers for the winter and starting over fresh in the fall. Yeah. We will keep our cows in spring. That's what I meant. We'll keep our cows. We'll keep a couple of our goats for breeding, and we'll keep a few breeders so that we can start over. But with feed costs the way that they are, last winter we had a really hard time keeping our animals fed properly, because, you know, you can feed an animal, but we don't want to just have to feed them bare minimum because that's all we can afford. Yeah. So we want to be able to take care of them like they deserve, and so we're going to have to take out a lot of them to be able to afford to keep some of them. But yeah, you want the strongest herd, and you only get the strong herd by culling the weak, right? Right. And so I have no problem processing. The slaughter day is the hardest day for me. Even if I don't have an emotional attachment to an animal, it's still hard for me to take a life. I think I cried the first time we processed quail, even though I had no emotional attachment to them at all.
Truthfully, I think if it's not hard for you to do that,
then you don't have a heart.
I think there's something wrong. Yeah, I mean, it's hard no matter what, but I mean, that's just the way life goes. You got to,
right.
It's gotta.
Right. And one more thing we want to talk about that's really important before we get off of here is we want to talk about our 501c3. And so for anybody who's been following us for a while, you know that recently we received a grant from our local electric cooperative to assist us in applying for our 501c3. And so I just wanted to touch base and let everybody know that we are actively working on that. We have our bylaws finished. We have emailed them to a couple of people that we really trust to look over them, who are kind of educated on the matter, so they could give us feedback, because the last thing I want to do is create a document that's going to cause problems for us down the line. Yeah. And it's really hard to see that far in the future, because if we continue to grow like we have, this could be a pretty big thing in a short amount of time. and it's hard to apply things. It's hard to foretell the future because I want to apply our bylaws to what we are now. But it's hard to foresee that in the future. So trying to find that middle ground there to allow for growth, but also not to restrict us, has been quite a challenge. But I have completed our bylaws.
It's all actually ready to file and send to the IRS. It's just we're having them looked over by a couple of different people just to get.
We're waiting on feedback.
Some proofreading done.
I was made aware of a couple places that I needed to run spell check, so I'm gonna have to go back and do that. But other than that, there's no modifications that have been reported as of yet. So next week, by the end of next week, we will have had that filed with the IRS. And from my research, which you can't believe everything you read on the internet, I don't know if it was posted a week ago or if it was posted a year ago or whatever, but it said that for small nonprofits, the turnaround time right now is less than 30 days. So hopefully by this time next month, or by the end of the year at the latest, we will be a 501c3 registered nonprofit with the IRS. And what that means is that we get a tax break, and anybody, any of you guys, anybody who buys any of our stuff, anybody who we do work for, anybody who donates to us, that will be a federal tax write-off for you. And so that will benefit you on your taxes at the end of the year as well.
Yep.
So we are really, really, really excited about that.
It's going to open up a tremendous amount of doors for us.
I have to be honest, I have been putting off doing that for quite a while. All creators, great and small, the good Lord made them all. Amen. I think she meant creatures. My friend just got here with the camera, so I'm going to let Wiley talk to you for just a second. And
somebody say something to me so I'll know what to say.
Yeah. And have a freeze dryer and a walk-in cooler. So amazing. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
It is going to be crazy.
And then if we run out of freezer space, we can freeze dry some of that meat.
So that's one of our biggest problems is like we said, it took 65 hours to do this fruit, and the trays for this large freeze dryer, so they won't fit in our freezer. The stand-up freezers are they're not deep enough to put these trays in to pre-freeze. So I think that's probably one of the things that contributed to taking 65 hours to do the fruit. And we do have a deep freeze, chest type freezer, but we don't have the little stands to be able to stack the trays on top of each other in a chest type freezer. So we haven't been able to do that yet. That's another thing, that being able to get this walk-in, the Coolbot, the walk-in freezer, that deal set up is gonna I can put shelves in there. We'll be able to throw, we'll be able to have all 10 of our trays pre-froze and ready to go in the freeze dryer when it's time. Yes. Okay, that's exactly what I was saying, Cindy. But yes, we'll be able to, I'll be able to put some shelves in there. We'll be able to pre-freeze all of it. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Can't wait. Of course, I say that. I think for the first little while, we're probably going to have a dirt floor in our freezer because the price of concrete right now, we looked it up. It's going to take 133 bags to pour like a 10 by 12 concrete floor for the freeze dryer, or for the walk-in freezer, and 133 at like almost $4 a piece right now. It's just not really affordable. So we may have a dirt floor in our walk-in freezer for a while, but I think it'll be okay. I mean, why not? Just don't drop anything. Hey, Byron, how's it going? So, yeah, we have done, of course, I guess you guys probably already know, we've done a couple batches of candy before, whenever we first got it. It has been, look, that thing puts off so much heat in our little house. We just really haven't been wanting to run it much until it cools off. But then we was like, well, it's, you know, we've had it this long, we haven't been able to do anything with it. And I finally said the other day, let's just do it and see what happens. And it done a good job. All the fruit turned out awesome, but it took 65 hours and it was hot in our house. Thanks, Byron. Jenn worked her butt off last night trying to get this done, and I'm kind of proud of her. She done a good job. Although I've got to say, it seems a little too civilized for me for some reason. I'm not used to having it done that well, and I don't know. It's weird. Lori, you are an absolute genius. I don't know why I didn't think of that. We actually have pallets laying around, and I don't know why the heck I haven't thought of it, but you're a genius. Yeah, that would work. I may even, the big panels that we have to make the walk-in cooler with, they're like 5 inches thick. They're actually walk-in cooler walls, you know, that tie into each other, kind of a tongue and groove type deal, and they've got a special lock that locks them together. We have a bunch of those, and I know some of them fit together and some of them don't, so we may even have enough left over that I can lay those down for a floor. I'm not sure. We'll just have to see what happens whenever it gets all done. But that's another option if I have enough of those left. Sorry, guys, I'm not a very good host. I didn't think Jenn was going to take that long, but I guess she's going to. She was wanting to show you guys the camera. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm trying to quit smoking, so I switched to a vape, and yeah. So as what happened, Byron, is about a year ago, I was given I've got a cousin over in Seminole. You've probably heard it. He's got a junkyard over there, and he crushes cars, and he's always gathering stuff up. And he come up with a walk-in cooler here a while back, or about a year ago. And it's just the panels to put the cooler together. So it's not, you know, it didn't come with the refrigerator unit. It didn't come with, you know, there's just a lot of things not there. It don't have a door, so I'm going to have to try to figure out how to make a door that's going to seal good and be insulated good. But I think I can do that with one of the panels. So he gave it all to me. He was like, "Here, Wiley," he said, I can't crush it. It's not worth anything to me. So, you know, you can have it all." So I took it home, but we don't have any way to cool it. And me and Jenn's been looking for one of the Coolbots. I guess, you know what a Coolbot is, right? So one of our really awesome subscribers won one from another channel the other day and donated it to us because they said they didn't need it. So we actually have a Coolbot now, and so I've got to put the cooler together, and then we've got to get an air conditioner put in it, and then we've got the Coolbot that should be here sometime this week. So it's going to put everything together to where we will have a walk-in cooler. That's going to be so awesome. I'll have to look that up, JB.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
Bye. Love you.
You are right. I know they are. But I can tell you this. Since I've quit smoking and been vaping, I sleep better. I feel like I get better sleep. My taste buds have all come back. My smell has all come back. I can breathe a lot better. So, I mean, I know you're right. It's probably not just as bad for you, but it has helped me tremendously as far as in other areas.
And it's a step in the right direction.
And it's a step in the right direction. I want to, so I had to go to you start out with a 6 milligram nicotine, then you go down to a 3 milligram nicotine, and eventually you just get yourself off the nicotine, and then you just walk away from it all. So, I'm hoping that's my plan, and that's what, that's where I'm trying to go. So
here's the camera we stopped to get from my friend. It's a Nikon D5300, and like I said, it's got the fold-out thing that flips around, and I think it can only do up to 10-minute videos though. So I might just use it for short videos.
Even if we've got a computer that can handle it now. You can put different clips on and then build longer videos, right?
Yeah, because up until this point, we've had to do everything on our phones. Because even though we had a computer, we'd get in there and we'd spend a whole day editing a video and then go to put in transitions or something, and it messed it all up. It messed up all the audio. And I don't know about you guys, but I can't stand watching a video where the audio's off, because I'm always watching people's lips move, and if it's not moving at the same rate as the sound, I can't watch it. So
Byron said good evening.
Hello, Byron. How are you?
It's Squirrels Magnet Fishing. Hello, guys.
So a few years ago, I had bought this camera on Walmart.com. It wasn't sold by Walmart. It was one of their outside sellers or whatever. But I paid $500 for this, and I've had it for 5 or 6 years, and I've never really learned how to use it. I've used it a lot, but I've never really learned how to I don't even know if I have them anymore, but it came with a whole different set of lenses. It came with a tripod. It came with cover. The cover's been long gone. But it came with a lot of stuff, and I felt like I got a really good deal on it, because I think at that point in time, when I had looked other places, these cameras with that accessory kit were selling for $2,500. Oh, hey, she bought a lens cover for it, I think. Oh, no, it does fit.
Sure enough.
It's a Canon one.
It's a Canon one, but
it fits. Heck yeah.
Just got power back on. What happened over there, Willis? Paul said, yuck, it's not a Canon.
I don't really have brand loyalty. I'm like, it's a good deal. I've never been about the brand name stuff, but I felt like I totally scored on this camera, so I swooped it up.
Chicken Pete said that they shoot everything on a Nikon. Awesome.
They what? They shoot everything on a Nikon?
Uh-huh.
And it works out good for you?
Is it, there's got to be a way to expand it to where you can do more than a 10-minute video.
Maybe. I might
There's
have
gotta
to Google
be.
it. Yep, guys. Thanks for reminding me to mention it again, Cindy. Little Southern Brothers. Their link is posted. All throughout the chat. It's in the description. It's pinned at the top of the chat. And they are doing Skidding for Kids fundraiser for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, and tonight is their kickoff night at 7 p.m. You guys will see us in their chat. We might also be walking around Sam's Club while we're chatting, but we'll be there. And it's a really great cause to support. There's 4 different ways that I can think of that you can support it. One, you can pray for them. They're trying to raise $20,000 this year to donate to kids with cancer. Yep. I mean, I can't think of a more worthy cause. And or you can share about the fundraiser on all of your social media, tell your friends, all of that stuff. Then you can donate financially to the cause, or you can send them something that can be auctioned off to help raise money to meet that goal. Right. So there's probably other ways you can help, but those are the 4 main ones that I can think of. Yep.
So they said it works great. Chicken said.
Oh.
Paul, that's all we've done.
I mean, I've had this I've had this Nikon for years, but we didn't have a way to get. It has Bluetooth, so I can like Wi-Fi the pictures from to my phone, but the videos were too large, and without internet, it took too long to do that, and so it wasn't feasible. And I'm just not that familiar with this camera, so I'm really looking forward to getting.
Now she's got her work cut out for her trying to figure out how to use it.
I'm always learning something new.
Here, I'm gonna let you do this now.
Oh yeah, we can start driving.
Yeah,
now.
We're gonna head back.
Okay. And now that we got this camera, what we came for, we can go. We have. Since we're in the Oklahoma City metro area where there is a Sam's Club, we are going to stop by there and get a lot of the stuff that we need for our Wednesday meal. And we need a few other things that we like to buy at Sam's. So I never got a connecting cable. For the camera, probably not. No, I don't think it probably came with one actually.
Yeah, we'll probably have to order one.
But I was able to, I could Wi-Fi it all. Like it's Wi-Fi enabled, so you can send it from, I just turn on my hotspot on my phone. No, I turn the Wi-Fi on the camera, and I can connect my phone to that Wi-Fi, and then I can transfer files. But it was just easier to record on my phone and do it from my phone than have to deal with all of that and learning how to use the camera. But now, I'm willing to put in the effort to learn it. Hey Tony, how are you? Yes, Chicken Beak Mountain, and now we'll be able to do that. We have this. We just got a laptop, and it has a place for the SD card to go. We also have a thing that you can hook up different, like small. It's an adapter, so you can hook up small SD cards or big SD cards through a USB. Oh, he said no. You still had to buy the cables from the camera shop a few years back. See, I don't even remember all what it came with. It came with a bag, like its own little backpack, and a tripod, and all kinds of different lenses. And I have the zoom lens still, but just like the regular thing on it. But I don't have like the fisheye lens and the colored lenses or anything anymore. I don't even remember how to use those. Yeah, that will make it easy just to take the SD card out and slip it in the computer.
Yep.
Absolutely. So now we've got to invest in an external hard drive, because the computer that we could afford only has 512 gigabyte memory storage. Sorry if my terminology is off. I'm not a computer person. So it's in the scope of storage space, it's not the best.
Yeah, no.
And so we really need to, invest in a external hard drive to expand our storage space so that we can still keep all of our videos. Oh, that's so sad, Paul. Paul said, I don't have one, but Dad loved his photography appointment this afternoon, and we figured while we're here, let's go to Habitat for Humanity. If you guys don't know what that is, it's like a resale shop for
building supplies.
Building supplies, yeah. And so we went and got a couple of 5-gallon buckets of paint for the inside of our house, and a bunch of other stuff that we probably didn't really need, but we can definitely use. We got 25-foot long rolls of like aluminum screen for $10. That's a heck of a deal.
4 foot wide, 25 foot long for $10. So if you guys, you know, our oldest kids, we bought a school bus, or we was given a school bus a while back.
It doesn't run. It's like 1970s.
It's a 1970
So
model Ford school bus.
It's really cool on the inside.
So we built a wall in the middle and put 2 bedrooms in it for the kids.
Cut it in half.
So Emily has actually been staying in it, but she's having to open the windows at night, and the bugs are coming in. So we went ahead and bought a couple of rolls of it so we can screen her windows up, and you know, she don't have to worry about the bugs coming in while she's sleeping in there at night, and kind of help out on that deal a whole lot.
Yeah. So Tony, we have been in the city most of the day, running around, doing things, and then I got a hold of my friend, and I loaned her my camera a few months back, and so I've never learned how to use it, and so while we were up here, we went ahead and drove out to Hinton to pick it up from her, and now we're on our way back to Sam's Club to do some shopping for our Wednesday meal, and we need a couple other things, so that's what we're doing. It's been a busy day.
We might see if they have like some bulk fruit that's cheap enough, and we're just going to buy a whole bunch of that and start freeze drying again, and we'll see what they have. I mean, we don't know.
Yeah, we're not sure. But yeah, so it's been a busy week.
Yes.
It's always a busy week. Upcoming, we will be putting out a video in the next couple of days about our first freeze dryer attempt. I would say it was a mild success. Could be done better. There's ways to improve it. We did a bunch of fresh fruit. We did bananas, strawberries, nectarines, and apples with cinnamon on top. And they all turned out really good. The strawberries are kind of but there's no added sweeteners or anything on them. They're just all natural. I mean, all natural from the grocery store, you know what that means. But anywho, so we will have video coming out on that soon. We are about to do a small remodel in our house, so you'll probably see that coming out in the near future. That's probably going to be on Working with Wiley. Maybe we'll both put out a video. I don't know yet. And let's see, what else are we doing? Oh, we have some tractors that we have to rebuild, like some racing tractors. Pulling tractors that we have to rebuild before the end of the month. So I don't know when the video will come out, but we're going to be doing it before the end of the month. Let's see. Hunter's birthday is next week. He'll be turning 12. And there's a balloon festival this weekend we might go to. That's free. Let's see, what else is there? I know we have more coming up.
Yeah. Even know.
And then next month we are hoping to make it to the Pinecone Festival in Mount Vernon, Texas. If you haven't heard about it yet, look it up on Facebook or type it into YouTube. I'm sure that lots of people have videos out about it, but it's going to be a YouTube meetup in Mount Vernon, Texas at the end of September. So we are hoping to get to go to that. And I'm sure there's going to be a whole lot more in between, guys, but that's all I can really think of at this point. What else do you have?
I think that's it.
So, yeah, busy.
And I would imagine it's about time for Donna to come on, so we probably need to be...
40 more minutes.
It's almost 7, ain't it?
No, it's 6:50. Oh! let's all go over there and love raid. I know there's not a lot of people in here, but if we all show up, we can make a difference.
Yeah.
So let's go do that. We will see you guys over there, at least until my phone goes dead. And then just Wiley over there.
We'll both be there,
Yeah.
but it'll just be my phone. So.
Yeah, so if he's talking crap, y'all are gonna have to let me know because I won't be able to see it. Okay, we will see you guys on the next live, or actually in the next live at a Little Southern Brothers if you come join us. We love you all. Thank you for hanging out with us and listening to us blab for an hour and 20 minutes. We love you guys. Have a great day.
Bye.